Hello, Governor.
Hello.
Hello, my name is Georgia.
And I'm Olivia.
And welcome to Nurse Church.
Welcome.
Yeah.
Quick update.
Yeah.
So I was wearing a nice beige top and I was drinking a coffee on the way here. Mm-hmm. Didn't spill a single drop on the drive. And then as I was walking up your driveway, I thought I'll take the last little swig of it. And I got a nice big
Tit drip
of coffee, brown coffee on my beige shirt. So now wearing a pink Spice Girls.
Colours of the world, spice up your life.
Top
Every boy and
courtesy
every
of
girl,
Georgia.
spice up your life. People of the world.
What are the Spice Girls' names again?
Jerry Halliwell, Melanie B,
No.
Melanie C.
I mean like the characters.
Ginger
that they play.
Spice,
Ginger Spice.
Scary Spice,
Scary.
Sporty Spice, Baby Spice, and Posh.
I am scary and posh Spice today.
Are you?
Yeah. Because I'm scary and posh Spice pretty much all the time, I think.
Oh, what am I?
Shite.
I am Nausea Spice and Shit Spice.
Yeah, IBS Spice.
IBS Spice. Still
Spice.
shitting myself.
I did have to go home on Monday from work because
Oh, no.
I had a very nauseous, explosive
Shit.
poop session and I couldn't leave the bathroom. I felt so unwell. And I texted the in charge from the toilet
Again.
and I'm like, hey, I'm really sick in the bathroom. I'm sorry, I didn't say I'm going, but I'm in the toilet if you're wondering where I am.
Yeah.
Because I was in recovery for that day.
Oh, yeah.
So, and I just sort of ran out.
How was that received?
Fine, actually.
Oh, good.
Yeah, they were like, okay, well, if you need to go home, we'll be fine. So
Aw.
just go home.
Good.
Yeah, thank God. It was hot and spicy.
Ew. Hot pot
Don't know why.
chest.
Yeah. Well, it certainly feels that way when it's coming out sometimes, doesn't it?
Yep.
Serious. Mm-hmm. Anyway.
I've definitely been shissing.
Yeah.
It's just full liquid.
Anyway, other updates.
Oh, I had a little hookup on Wednesday.
Yeah.
I've added someone to the roster.
Oh, geez, is it?
No, we're not naming people.
I know. Cat.
No, I've added a new person to the roster. I got to Wednesday and I was like, because Wednesday's my day off, guys, from the children. And so I got to Wednesday and I had a booking with one of my roster guys and then he didn't fucking get back to me. And I was so annoyed. I was like, so rude. Like, and I confirmed with him and stuff. And then I get this fucking text later on in the evening. Oh, sorry, I just got back from work and I left my phone at home. Bullshit.
Who leaves their phone at home?
Nobody.
No one.
Nobody.
It's such a God.
It's
why
such
do
a
men
stupid.
think that?
Do you think I have one brain cell?
But do you think she was born yesterday? Seriously?
I wasn't. I was not born yesterday, in fact. And so
She was born like over 30 years ago.
You are on the naughty list. Anyway.
No presents for you this Christmas.
No. Continues to send me like sexy snaps and shit and I'm just like not responding because he's in my bad books. Anyway.
Gross.
I know. Anyway, I went on Tinder and found someone and lo and behold, he only lives like 12 minutes away.
Oh, perfect.
I know. So I paid him a visit.
Okay. Yeah.
And yeah, it was pretty good. I'd give it a 7.5 out of 10, I reckon.
Nice.
Nice, decent size.
Yeah, could be better by the sounds of it though.
Yeah, I think for me, like, attraction is very much about not just how you look, but like whether you and I have like banter and chemistry and all of that sort of stuff. So I think
energy.
that energy was lacking a little bit, but whatever, it was just sex. So sex was good.
Good.
I'm pretty sure he fell in love with me.
Not good.
He's also half Russian.
Not good.
Half Palestinian. One half Russian, one half Palestinian.
Don't trust Russians.
That results
I
in
dated one.
Did you?
Yeah, my ex.
Oh.
They all suck.
He was born in Australia. He's not a Russian. He's an Australian.
He's got Russian blood.
Anyway.
Don't trust him.
I'm not going to trust him. I'm just
Good.
using him for his decent-sized penis. Russian
Half
and
a
Palestinian.
Russian and half
I mean, it makes for a good-sized penis, I will say.
Really?
Yeah.
Now I'm trying to think of the biggest one I've ever had. He was Kurdish. He was from Iran. Or Iraq
Yeah.
or Syria or Turkey, one of
Yeah,
those areas.
they're all really well endowed, I've noticed.
Yes. That thing was thicker than that Monster can up there. It was as thick as my thigh. It was as long as my forearm. It was extremely painful.
Did it hurt? Oh,
Yeah. Can you hold my microphone for me, please? I'm going to do a demonstration.
damn.
Like, I can't even wrap my fingers around it.
And you tried to get that
And
inside
it
of you.
was like, and I'm just like doing like two-handed.
Okay. Put the cans down, girl. She just got both of our 500ml Monster cans, put them on top of one another and imitated giving it a good hand job.
That'll be a good bit to put on TikTok, you know, to
You
get
reckon?
to get the views in.
I don't know whether TikTok would allow it. It's that community guidelines vibe, you know? So anyway, long story short, I have a rush on the roster now.
Excellent.
That's about 4 people on the roster now.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, but I'm thinking of kicking one off because he stood me up and I don't like it.
Definitely get rid of him.
Oh, but he's got such a big dick. It's like the biggest.
Do you know how many people are on this planet, Georgia?
Yeah, I know, but a lot of them on the apps have small, tiny micro penises, and it's a big cock is rare these days, and I'm a size queen. I'm sorry.
There's at least 4.5 billion men on this planet.
Where are they all?
Well, they're not in the house, obviously,
Obviously not.
and they're not on the Tinder, but they're out there.
Anyway, we're continuing with Paolo Macchiarini today.
I forgot about that guy.
Yeah, we're going to be talking about his fraternizing. I can't say that word.
Fraternising?
Yeah, fraternizations. No, we're talking about his love story with Bonita Alexander, actually, because there's like so much to it, and it's just you won't even fucking believe it, eh? It's just
Can you just, like,
unbelievable.
Give me a little backstory on this guy again.
So Paolo Macchiarini, the super surgeon, he's a pathological liar. He is a trailblazer for trachea transplants and biosynthetic
That's the one.
stem cell seeded tracheas, and he's had a lot of patients that have turned into victims. And he's also a con man, and we find out the depths of his ability to con in this episode. So Bonita Alexander is a reporter who was doing a documentary on him, remember? Mm-hmm. Yeah. She had an ex-husband whom she divorced and then died of a brain tumour. Ringing any bells? Mm-hmm. Yes. She was super duper upset, and she basically fell into the arms of Paolo, and, you know, he basically took advantage of her pain. So that's where we're at, right?
Yes, I remember now.
Caught you up?
Yep.
Rightio. So, despite their attraction to each other, there were strict rules for Bonita and Paolo in terms of her being an investigative journalist. It's kind of a conflict of interest to date the person you're doing a documentary on, especially if you're an investigative journalist. You don't really want her to be biased if she's investigating a subject. So, it's a bit of a no-no. So, as soon as the romance began, it kind of came to a halt because Bonita was like, look, I'm not allowed to date you, so we have to sort of put the brakes on. They basically agreed not to date until the documentary was over. So as stated in part 1, Hannah Warren, the little girl, I think I said she was 4, but actually she was like 2.
Oh, I think you did say she was 4.
Yeah, no, she's actually 2. I know, she died when she was 3.
Fuck.
I know.
Okay.
As stated in part 1, Hannah Warren died on July the 6th, 2013, 3 months after the surgery. Bonita was devastated, and Paolo had said he didn't know what happened, but now she was an angel on his shoulder guiding him on the right path forward. Bonita now had to decide what to do with the story, as her plan was to follow the inspirational story of a cutting-edge transplant surgeon that saved a baby's life, and it no longer had a happy ending. So they decided to shift the direction of the documentary more onto Paolo and his journey through his trachea research, basically. However, that would obviously prolong the story, and by now Bonita had become romantically involved with Paolo. She confided in a friend, and they encouraged her to not get involved, so she took her advice and decided to end it with Paolo. This was not received well by Paolo, and he continued to bombard her with love texts, videos and emails. He pursued her intensely, but Bonita remained steadfast for the time being, so he's just trying to love bomb her. A few weeks after breaking it off with Paolo, Bonita had a health scare. She had uterine fibroids that needed to be removed, and they weren't sure if they were going to be cancerous or not. So following her surgery, she received news that she was cancer-free and that Paolo was in town awaiting to hear if she was okay. So he's just lurking around going, oh, hi, I'll hear if you need. This sort of broke her resolve, and she asked him to come to the hospital. He showed up with a red rose, and her mother was there, and she was totally enamoured with him. This only pushed Bonita further into a trauma bond with him due to her health scare, and she decided life was too short and gave in to him against her journalistic ethics.
Clearly.
Her friend's advice and her own better judgment. They began a relationship in secret. So basically she had a health scare. She's like, life's too short. After that, things really took off. He met some of her closest friends. He redecorated and painted her apartment.
Jesus.
I know, what?
When's someone going to do that
took
for
over.
me?
Yeah, but just like took over like the apartment styling, you know? Like what? Her friends would describe him as having a magnetic charisma. He'd take them all out to extravagant dinners. He even went so far as to learn how to Latin dance for Bonita, who mentioned in passing how she loved to dance.
So did he have lots of money?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because he was a surgeon.
Yeah, okay.
Her friends were very impressed. He
Yes.
conned them all. He also began to let Bonita in on some very top secret information. This is insane.
Oh, God. Okay, I'm ready.
Oh my God. It's like this story is not something that you would think would be real at all. But it is. He wanted her to know that he trusted her, so he let her in on a top secret detail. He said he was a private doctor for a list of very elite clients, including world leaders and Hollywood celebrities.
Oh, okay. Is this true?
No.
Okay.
Spoiler alert, it's a lie.
He's a fucking liar.
Yeah,
Okay.
but would you believe that?
Look, potentially.
Yeah,
I'm a little bit gullible as a person, I'm not going to lie.
same.
If someone's convincing enough,
Yeah, and
I'm
was.
inclined to
Apparently
want
he
to
was.
believe them.
Apparently he was, eh?
Give the benefit of the
And his
doubt.
dick must have been so big. Italian.
Is Monster made in Italy?
Oh my God. He told her it was top secret and she wasn't allowed to tell anyone, obviously. That made sense to Bonita because of who he was. He was always jet-setting around the world. He knew 6 or 7 languages. He had 7 cell phones
What the fuck?
for all of his different clients at work, air quotes. He said it just made life easier to have all the separate phones and for all the separate top secret elite clients, you know what I mean?
He's coming across like a fucking mafia boss or something. Like, what the fuck?
He didn't hide the phones at all and described each one for a different client, so Bonita wasn't suspicious of anything.
So he's only got 7 clients.
Or 7 wives. Anyway, then there was the extravagant holidays. Paolo took Bonita and her daughter to the Bahamas. Then he took Bonita to Turkey, Mexico, Sweden, and Puerto Rico. Okay. One particular occasion, Paolo asked Bonita if she wanted to join him to go to Russia, but she was having trouble clearing an infection from her uterine surgery a month before. So she booked a checkup with a doctor and they cleared her to fly, which probably wasn't the wisest thing because her infection then spread after the flight. One night in Russia, they were out for dinner and she started to feel intensely unwell. She told Paolo something was wrong and they went back to the hotel room. This is insane also.
Oh, God.
Bonita could barely walk or get in or out of the taxi. He told her to lie down on the bed so he could look at her incision. He examined it and then he looked up at her and said, "Do you trust me?" Oh, God, this could not end well. Like, I would be like, I mean, yes, but what are you planning?
Take me to a hospital.
I mean, what? Where are you? In fucking deep Siberia where there's no fucking hospitals around? Like,
Well, it would probably cost a lot of money, but I mean,
he's fucking loaded.
yeah.
So, what? Bonita responded with yes. She had an idea of what he was about to do and requested he get her a glass of wine. She slugged it as he sterilised some of her scissors. He sterilised it with peroxide. He then took the scissors and plunged them into her incision. The wound oozed out pus and luckily she began to improve. But like, how dangerous. How fucked. He like
Just because you're a
lanced her
surgeon
wound
doesn't mean you should perform shit at home
without anesthesia, no less.
or without sterility.
Like peroxide.
That's like the biggest thing. Yeah, but what? How sterile is that really going to make
Yeah.
everything? And also,
You
if
can't
she's
be
got
sure.
pus,
Yeah.
he needs to do a washout.
I know. What did he then do?
Not, yeah, right.
Like
just cut it open, let the pus pour out, squeeze it out, and then
I think
leave
that's
it.
what happened because that's all that it says. But
So, yeah, she probably felt a bit better because he relieved like the main pressure, pain, and infection or whatever. But what about systemically?
yeah, exactly. Could have gone very, very fucking wrong. She believed he had saved her life, apparently. So dramatic. So days of our lives. I mean, she could have gone to the ED. Like, that would have also saved her life.
What year was this?
2012, I believe.
Oh, you can go to a proper fucking hospital in 2012.
Yeah.
It's not the bloody early 1900s.
No, it's not. He's just got some fucking bizarre behaviours. Controlling,
I was just about to say.
trying to act like a hero all the time.
Doing surgery at home
Yeah, what?
or in a hotel, wherever they were.
Yeah, they were. The fuck? Go to a
good.
hospital. Why?
He
Why?
thinks he's God.
He's putting a life in danger.
Yeah, of course, but he doesn't care, or he just doesn't think
And
anything
she's
bad will
all,
happen.
and
'cause
he's
he thinks
somehow
I'm great.
convinced her that he's saved her life.
Yeah,
There's probably something to hold over her head later, you know?
she must have felt absolutely awful to think that he saved her life by plunging scissors into her fucking uterine incision.
Yeah, what?
Jesus Christ.
Babe, screw your head on a bit more. Honey.
Yeah, right?
Oh, Bonita.
Girl.
Yeah. In between romantic getaways with Paolo, Bonita had been working hard on the documentary about him. It was called A Leap of Faith, and after a year and a half, it was finally done. Meanwhile, they'd been dating this whole time and he'd been plunging scissors and shit into her abdomen, taking her on fancy fucking holidays. So weird. Of course, she's going to be like so enamored with him, so trauma bonded with him at this point, that she's going to make this documentary out to be, he is so fucking amazing. It was a 2-hour tribute to the power of regenerative medicine and I can't say words, and the achievements of Paolo. Bonita celebrated the release of the documentary by renting a screening room and invited a few dozen friends. Bonita describes everyone being in awe of him after watching the special and understanding just how big this was, what this meant for medicine, and how groundbreakingly risky and radical this was, and what a pioneer he was. People cried and hugged him and thanked him for willing to do things that others weren't willing to do. Like, that's how much she fucking gassed this man up in that documentary. Here's the thing, like, in hindsight, you can just see how calculated he is because he specifically targeted her because she was a journalist who did very good documentaries. So he's just using her to his advantage.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He's a user and he's a
He
narcissist.
is. He doesn't give a fuck about her. It becomes very clear later. With the release of the movie, Paolo and Bonita's relationship could now be out in the open. And that Christmas, he proposed to her at an intimate family Christmas with just her and her daughter with a diamond ring that he claimed was worth $100K. But Bonita found out later it was like $1,000 ring. I had that happen to me once.
Such a fraud.
I had that happen to me once.
Tell me.
I've never been proposed to, but my baby daddy, he was, and still is, a narcissist. And he got me this, I was very young, I was 24, and he love bombed me really, really heavily. And I didn't know anything about love bombing or anything back then. And he got me this Chanel necklace.
Wow.
It had the 2 C's or whatever.
Yeah.
And it had like diamonds or what he said were diamonds.
I know which sort of
You know the
necklace
one?
you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he said it was worth a lot of money. He didn't tell me how much money, but he said, that's a lot. That's how much you're worth, you know? And he got that for me like a week into our relationship.
Jesus Christ.
Anyway, long story short, after we'd broken up, I went and got it valued and it was like not worth anything. It was like a cheap replica.
Yeah.
Like a Chinese knockoff.
You can buy those things online for a few bucks, and apparently they're really, really convincing
It
looking.
was sparkly as
Yeah.
when I got it.
Yeah.
Like, Oh my God.
Wow.
Silly me. But anyway, I took it to a jeweler. I was mortified. I was like, how much is this worth? Because I want to sell it because I hate the motherfucker now.
and get some cash.
Yeah. And he's like, it's not worth anything, babes. It's fucking...
So what would that necklace have been worth if it was real? Do you know what that one cost?
Google's saying it's like around a couple of grand.
Okay.
Yeah. Either way, it wasn't worth dick.
Yeah.
Amanda Fox had known Bonita for a decade as they'd worked together at NBC. What a name. Amanda Fox. I'm Amanda Fox.
I thought you said Fox.
Fox. No. F-O-X.
You'll listen back to that and go, wow, it really does sound like I said Amanda Fox.
Back to you in the studio. I'm Amanda Fox. So she was Bonita's friend, obviously, from work. Something about Paolo seemed off to her immediately. She's probably, had some experience with nut jobs.
And an outsider point of view.
Yeah. Yeah, but he had all her friends and family conned, but she saw right through him. She's probably like the only one. He seemed arrogant, and when she and her husband had him and Bonita over for dinner, he dominated the room, acting like it was his home immediately. Like, just immediately comfortable in their space. She floated her concerns with Bonita's friends, and when they all gushed about how amazing he was, she decided not to raise it with Bonita and instead just watched as the wedding planning began. Watched with concern.
Watched and waited.
Yes. Now, Paolo had admitted early on that he had been previously married but divorced before Bonita and he met. And I think he even admitted that he had a couple of kids with this first wife. Okay. So he was honest about that fact. Bonita obviously had also been married prior, so it wasn't an issue for her. But Paolo wanted a big Catholic wedding. But as they were both previously divorced, that wasn't possible because the Catholic Church don't marry divorcees.
Really?
They don't marry them, no.
Oh, I did not know that.
It's against their beliefs.
Okay.
Yeah, you're going to hell if you get divorced.
Okay. Fuck.
I think Paolo was very specific about what he wanted for the wedding and very controlling about it. So controlling and so specific that he was basically stressing Bonita out about the wedding planning. He then suggested that he would plan the entire thing.
Wow. Taking control again.
Yeah. Imagine you were getting married to Max and he was like, I'm planning the entire wedding.
That's so not him.
But it's just insane. It's just not something that happens.
No.
At all. It's the girls' day, of course. And the groom's just there, Bonita wasn't sure about that, obviously, but he insisted and he said that all she had to do was find her dress and that was it. But if she agreed to the rules, if she agreed to Paolo plan, oh my God, I'm broken. My words aren't coming out. If she agreed to Paolo planning the whole wedding, she also had to agree to not ask any questions.
About
the wedding.
About
the wedding planning.
His choices?
Yeah. She's not allowed to ask any questions about the wedding planning. And he would tell her what she needed to know when she needed to know it. Are you fucking serious? I would be so sus at this point. I'd be like, you
wouldn't be marrying this person anymore. Yeah.
Bonita agreed reluctantly because she's Bonita. She knew that Paolo was great at planning surprises because he did it all the time. He surprised her with extravagant holidays and romantic getaways and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So she knew he planned things to the finest. Oh my God, I'm broken. I'm malfunctioning. She knew that he planned things to the finest details, so she trusted him and was like, yeah, okay, let's do it. A few weeks later, he notified her that he couldn't find a priest that would marry them, obviously. Then when she asked what they would do, he said he would call in a few favours with the Vatican.
Oh, wow. This is big stuff.
Just going to call in a few faves with the Vatican in Rome.
Babe, I'm just going to call the Pope and have a chat to him quickly, okay?
Yeah.
See what he thinks.
You wait. Oh my God, you wait.
Okay.
Apparently because the Pope was on his list of public figures that he treats.
Of course he was. Of course.
Of course.
I'm so not surprised.
I mean, so casual.
The Pope's a celebrity, basically, isn't he?
Yeah, I would believe that.
Yeah.
100%. So believable. The next day, Bonita was at work when she got a call from Paolo, who shared the good news that the Pope himself would marry them.
This is beautiful.
This is made up. This is not real life.
This is beautiful.
I just constructed this story out of my own imagination. This is so fucking insane that this is real. And she's just like, okay.
Again, I'm starting to become impressed with him almost. Just like the lady.
Jane Toppin.
Jane Toppin. Lordy, lordy, lord.
You tried.
I tried.
Yeah, we're both malfunctioning today. Yeah, so Paolo apparently is going to get the Pope to marry them because he's Paolo and he can do anything.
And because the Pope obviously loves being friends with Paolo specifically.
They're besties.
Like
They're
out of all the
absolute
people.
besties, even though he's a divorced psychopath. Bonita couldn't believe it, obviously, you think. Bonita couldn't believe that this was happening, so she Googled it, and there were news reports of the Pope marrying couples who were living in sin. So she decided it wasn't implausible.
Okay.
The Pope at the time, Pope Francis, was extremely progressive as far as Catholic popes go and was trying to move the church out of being so close-minded. And Paolo was so convincing. So she was hopeful.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. She's hopeful.
If this went forward, they would be the first divorced couple to get married in the Catholic Church.
And they would, again, would make worldwide headlines.
And not only that, they would be invited to take communion, which would never be allowed by two divorced people. Like, it's very, very fucking implausible at this point. But she's like, okay, well, I can see that he's marrying divorced couples, so it's not impossible.
Yeah.
On top of this crazy news, the guest list was becoming more elite also. This is so funny. The Obamas were coming, apparently.
Holy fuck.
John Legend was singing at the wedding ceremony. Oh my God. As she walked down the aisle, apparently John Legend. Yep, John Legend, everyone. The Clintons were apparently also coming because apparently Bill and Paolo were besties and played golf together.
Did he also like raise up Elvis Presley and Michael
From the
Jackson
dead?
from the fucking dead to come to his wedding? Like, because that's what he sounds like he's making himself capable of.
I can't believe she believed this. I mean, I don't want to victim blame. Like, he must have been very fucking convincing. But this is just fucking ridiculous. It's preposterous.
Hey, babe, Michael Jackson's going to be playing at our wedding. I'm
Yeah.
so good that he's fucking alive again.
Did you know I'm such a good surgeon that I can actually resurrect people from the dead? Oh my
Holy
God.
shit.
Pal-
I'm impressed.
I know.
I'm getting impressed.
Paolo even wanted to invite Putin.
Okay. Now that's getting ridiculous.
Them Russians, eh? Bonita was like, hell no, we're not inviting Putin. Like, that's where she drew the line. She was like, no, we're not inviting Putin. Two previous presidents and the fucking Russian president.
They should have invited Adolf Hitler.
They should have. Raise him up from the dead while you're at it.
Yeah.
But guess what? They're not done. Bonita's favourite singer was Elton John, and he was going to be in Barcelona on the day of the wedding. So, guess who pulled in a few faves and got Elton John to sing at the rehearsal dinner? Paolo Macchiarini, the super surgeon and all-around amazing person.
Shocking.
God. Not only this, he was going to put her family and friends up who were attending the wedding at a castle for the night.
Castle.
In Rome. Yeah.
You
yeah.
said castle?
Yeah, a castle.
Castle?
A castle. Do you say castle?
Castle.
Oh. I say castle.
Max would like that.
Would he?
Yeah.
Does he say
that's
castle?
how they say it. Castle.
Oh, wow.
Castle.
A castle. When Bonita's friend Amanda Fox heard about the wedding and Bonita and Paolo being married by the Pope, she just thought it sounded completely absurd and her husband was completely doubtful.
Good.
And said either the Catholic Church is about to go up in smoke or Bonita's life is.
Someone needs to wake her up a little bit here.
I know. Like,
What are her friends doing? They're not very good friends.
No, I think they're all just convinced it's happening.
Maybe they're just waiting for him to buy them stuff as well.
Yeah, maybe.
They want to like cash in on the perks and
Yeah,
whatever of
maybe.
her being married to this rich, famous surgeon.
It's
I don't
just
know.
fucking bizarre. He even invited the families of patients that had died. Chris, who died after the tracheal transplant, his family was invited to the wedding as well. And they bought tickets and everything, bought outfits. On Thanksgiving, Bonita was scrolling through her phone when she came across a New York Times headline that stopped her cold. It read, quote, "Leading surgeon is accused of misconduct in experimental transplant operations," end quote. That was the title. The article read, "A prestigious medical institution in Sweden has begun an investigation into a surgeon who's considered a pioneer in the field of regenerative medicine after complaints that he did not receive ethical approval for experimental operations in patients and misled medical journals about the success of the procedures.
Okay.
People are onto him. Bonita started thinking how Paolo had been behaving on edge for about a month, and he had been alluding to people who were jealous of him and aimed to take him down. Dr. Callie Grinamo...
Is he paranoid, do you think?
He just knows he's being caught.
Okay.
Yeah. Dr. Kelly Grinamo, the assistant who stepped in to save the very first patient who was hemorrhaging on the table when Paolo walked away, was working with others to take down Paolo in Sweden. Iconic, right? But Bonita didn't know this at this point. She confronted him about the article and he broke down about being attacked by a doctor, and it was all untrue. Bonita felt obliged to help him. She knew his methods were controversial, but she saw firsthand his passion and determination, and she believed in what he was doing. And she was completely and utterly love-bombed and trauma-bonded to this son of a bitch.
Yeah.
She went through all the emails coming in asking him for comment or interviews. She helped respond to every single request that came in.
She's his little assistant.
Yep.
His receptionist.
Yep. As the frenzy around the article subsided, Paolo started to calm down and focus on the wedding again. So again, he gets away with shit. More events, guests and dresses for Bonita were added to the wedding. She had like 3 at this point. She had 3 different dresses for all the events surrounding the wedding. On top of this, Paolo also wanted Bonita and her daughter to move to Barcelona after the wedding. Bonita had never been to Barcelona, not for lack of trying. Every time they attempted to plan a trip to visit his home in Barcelona, something had always come up.
Yeah, of course. Convenient.
Makes you wonder what's there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And why he can't take her there when he literally takes her all over the world. Something come up such as emergency surgeries or his house was being worked on, so on and so forth. Like, excuses. Paolo used the fact that he had kids from his previous marriage that Bonita hadn't met yet to convince her to move, even though she has a kid as well. And he's literally uprooting her life. He described Barcelona as so idealistic and a relaxed way of life where she could ride at home and he wouldn't have to travel all the time and everything would be peachy and la-dee-da. Eventually it came time for Bonita to pull her daughter out of school and to quit her job at 30 Rockefeller for this son of a gun. She started to become anxious that she was walking away from everything and the uncertainty was scary. Yeah, no shit, because your gut is telling you that something's wrong. A lot is wrong. She was leaving her job, her home, her life to be with a man she had been with for less than 2 years. On her last day at her job, she had a panic attack, as you would. So she booked a spa day for her and some friends to relax. Nice. When she went to pay, she checked her phone and saw an email from a friend. The subject line said, "The Pope."
Whoa.
I know.
Okay.
It read, "The Pope is not going to be in Italy on the day of your wedding. He's going to be in South America, and he had been planning this trip for quite some time." She felt like she had been gut punched. So that's just her friend letting her know that the Pope's not going to marry you, sweetheart. He's going to be in South America. He has no idea about your fucking wedding.
Yeah. I don't know why. How does he think he can take it this far in the first place?
I know.
Like, what about getting found out?
I know. It's like they just continue with the lies up until it just all comes crashing down.
Yeah.
It's weird. Paolo was overseas at this time and Bonita asked Paolo to come home ASAP. He said he had only just found out as well. He's like, "Oh my God, I know. I'm going to figure it out." Like, he said he's going to get to the bottom of it. Bonita at this point was having a hard time believing him. Well, thank God. But when she expressed to him that she didn't believe him, he was like, "Why would you say that? Why would I lie to you?" You know? She asked him to fly to New York and look her in the eye when he tells her these things. "Come and fucking lie to my face. You've been doing it the whole time, cunt."
Yeah.
So he agreed to fly to New York. In the 2 days it took Paolo to get to New York, Bonita racked her brain and thought about all the things that didn't add up. She asked her friend to call the castle in Italy that her friends and family were supposed to stay at for the wedding. The castle existed, but they said that they did not have a wedding for that date under that name or even on that weekend. Oh dear.
There is no wedding.
There is no fucking wedding.
There's nothing
no Pope.
in existence.
Yeah. There's no Obamas. There's
It's
no
all
Bill Clinton. There's no Putin.
Is he delusional as well? Like,
I don't think so. I think he's just fucked. Another headline in the New York Times emerges. Inquiry finds misconduct by top surgeon Paolo Macchiarini. The article said, an investigation at Karolinska had found he had falsified info about patients in medical journals. Bonita's world was crumbling. She was starting to realise.
Yeah.
She was only just starting to realise that the man she was marrying was not who she thought he was. And I don't think she's even going to end up marrying him, you know? Thank God. Paolo was to arrive in a few hours. So she texted her friends and gave them a code word that she would use if she found herself in danger during the confrontation. Because, like, you can't be sure of who this person is. Like, you have no idea how he'll react when you show him that you know that he's full of shit.
Yeah.
Like,
you know who he really is.
But wait, there's more.
I don't think I can take anymore. I don't actually think I can take anymore.
You thought his lies were over. It gets worse.
Okay.
When Paolo arrived, Bonita confronted him and yelled non-stop for an hour. When she had finished yelling, he said, "Are you done?" The audacity. Rude. He then went on to say that he wasn't really a doctor for elite public figures. He was actually... Are you ready?
Nurse. He's a fucking podiatrist.
No.
He's a chiropractor.
He was actually a sniper in the CIA. What?
Get the fuck out of Melbourne.
Oh my God, get out of here, Paolo. Who the fuck do you think you are at this point?
Hold on.
I'm not an elite surgeon. I'm actually a top secret super spy sniper in the CIA. And no one can know. So, shh, Bonita. Don't tell anyone. At that point, Bonita was so done. That was just a step too far. She just couldn't believe that he was a sniper.
Wow.
How ridiculous, right? What are your thoughts? She has no words, ladies and gentlemen. It got worse.
I have words, but
Where are they?
it's just processing.
Yeah. Can you imagine being told after being completely lied to and gaslit for your entire fucking relationship about being a good surgeon, firstly, but not only that, like...
So yeah,
Like so many lie after lie, and then it's like, oh, I didn't tell you because it's top secret. Like,
imagine hubby to be is an apparently famous surgeon,
For elite
and then he tells
people.
you he's actually not a surgeon. He's actually a sniper.
a
for the
fucking
CIA.
sniper. I
I'd
mean,
be right,
did he
like-
stretch before he took that leap?
like-
come on. It's like, how do you go from surgeon to sniper?
I would be asking, so why were you performing surgery? Like, is that how far your
Does
cover
that
was
mean,
meant to go?
I mean,
if you're, undercover or something, like what? And you're
no, but he's
killing
definitely
patients?
a surgeon, but he's also undercover. You know what I mean? Doesn't that make sense,
What?
Olivia?
What the? Yeah, it makes total sense.
Total sense. He's still a fucking super surgeon. What do you mean?
He is delusional.
He's fucked in the head.
He is delusional.
He's so fucked in the head.
He is mentally very, very unwell at this
Yeah,
point.
and he's operated on people.
And he's spiraling further and further. I think, and he's told so many lies now. He can't remember.
Yeah, he's just
all
made
of
up a
them.
new one in order to cover his ass.
Yeah, and so now it just sounds so desperate.
So fucked. At that point, Bonita was done. However, she made him think she believed him because she wanted to find out more. She did ask him, "You know that I'm a reporter, so why would you pick me?" He cocked his head and smiled and said, "I know. That's why I love you." Or, "I know. That's why I picked you because you can cover my ass."
fuck?
She was completely convinced at this point that he was batshit insane. Valid, Bonita. But she wanted to be smart and figure out who he really was. She pretended to believe him and let him stay for the weekend and strung him along thinking everything was fine.
Oh, smart cooking. Okay.
She's engaged her brain all of a sudden.
She's building something up.
Yeah. She played the loving fiancé and placated him and doted on him, but she had a plan. She started journaling everything she had been through with him. A few weeks later, she convinced Paolo to call off the wedding due to the controversy in the press about his misconduct, maintaining they would still get married, but it just wasn't the right time. He promptly agreed.
Okay.
He was probably so glad that he got out of that one.
Relieved, yeah. Wow. Oh my God.
Oh my God, no doubt. She then emailed her friends and family and let them know. that the wedding wouldn't be going ahead and to like cancel their flights and shit. How humiliating. Oh my God. And his ex-patients as well.
At least they're not going to be wasting their money and time though.
But some of them had already booked their flights and you can't cancel them.
Yeah.
You can't get your money back.
But at least they're not going to be there.
Yeah,
and it's not going to be this whole shit fest.
Yeah. They've gone and got like extravagant outfits. They've spent money.
Yeah, of course they're ready.
Yeah.
They're ready for this.
Well, they were, yeah. Mm-hmm. In the meantime, Bonita continued investigating. As stated before, Paolo claimed he was best friends with Bill Clinton, so much so that he was apparently supposed to give a wedding speech.
Something's going on in there.
There's a monster in my belly. What the fuck? That sounded like the Sasquatch or something. Anyway, I need to eat. Bonita had a contact who knew the Clintons because she was a reporter, and the contact said there was zero evidence that they knew Paolo personally. Obvi. Then she hired a private investigator in Italy to look into Paolo's divorced family and his medical training. At the same time, she booked a ticket to Italy and Barcelona. She was going to go there at the same time that the wedding was supposed to be. She told Paolo she was going on a girls' trip to recover from the stress of everything and that her and a few friends would be going to a lake in upstate New York.
Oh, fair enough.
And he would be in Russia at the time, so...
Oh, here we go again with the Russia.
Yeah, because he's jet setting all over the world all the time. Some of her friends kept their flights for the wedding and met her in Italy. She went to the places she was supposed to go for the wedding and she wore one of her dresses. It was red with a long train and it represented defiance for her.
Fuck yeah.
They went to Elton John's concert, who was in fact in Rome.
Wow.
At the time.
Okay.
She cried her way through it, obviously. Oh no, poor thing. On her first night in Barcelona, they strategized to drive to Paolo's home the next day and see what the fuck was going on with his home life in Barcelona, seeing as he'd dodged and weaved her coming to visit this whole time. The address for the Barcelona home that Bonita had been given by Paolo for like invites and shit was a fake.
Of course. What was she expecting though?
Yeah, I know. Well, she was expecting to get married in fucking Rome.
Yeah, but I mean...
By the Pope.
after they've called off the wedding and she found out everything was a lie.
Well, she wasn't shocked, no. But the private investigator found the legit one. He found where Paolo lives.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Wow.
Drama.
Yeah.
Can you still believe this is real life?
No.
Isn't
This is insane.
It's
I
a
feel
fucking-
like you're reading me a written
a
book.
novel
Yeah.
written by J.K. Rowling or some
Yeah.
shit.
I feel like you're reading me a completely
made up, fabricated
made-up
story. I mean, most of it is fabricated by Paolo himself, but
Of course.
anyway.
That's probably why it's so fabulous.
I know. Anyway, the friends decided to show up at his house unannounced with Bonita with a bottle of wine and act like they were in town for the wedding. Bonita would sit in the car and wait. And they thought they would pop in and see if he was home and be all like, oh my God, hey, we're just in town.
Funny seeing
Remember,
you
he's
now.
supposed to be in Russia.
Yeah.
The wine had a label on it stating this is for your wedding in case anyone in the house was unaware of who Paolo was and what he was capable of. So a little, hey,
Yeah.
whoever is in this house, you're in the house with a psychopath who is engaged. Because at this point, anything could happen. He could have so many different relationships, which, spoiler alert, they drove to the house and parked. Bonita was wearing a blonde wig, because, I don't know, and intended to confront him if she found him there. So, like, why wear the wig? I don't know. Anyway.
Girl, I don't know, maybe it made her feel extra strong and good about herself.
CIA vibes, I don't know.
She's undercover.
Yeah, she's undercover. They spotted Paolo, so they immediately knew he was lying about being in Russia.
Oh my God.
The two friends got out to confront him, and Bonita, for the time being, agreed to stay in the car. As the two friends approached, they saw a wife and two children. They decided not to cause a commotion in front of the kids and went along with their story that they just happened to be there or whatever. He was like shocked to see them and was like, what are you doing? Eyes darting around, nervous.
Wow.
Like they just were like, oh, we're just visiting, wanted to say hi. And he was like, oh, thanks for dropping in or whatever. Thanks for the wine, and took it. And then like they just walked away.
Wow.
We'd find out later that this woman was not the ex-wife, but a completely new wife and completely new children.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
With whom he was married to for years upon years.
Wow.
Yeah.
He's a total like womanizer
He is.
type.
He's a psycho. Bonita was enraged and devastated, obviously. She immediately sent him an email breaking up with him and that he disgusted her. He responded with one word. Wow. And that is the end of part 2.
Wow, okay.
What are your thoughts?
Fucking hell. I'm shocked.
And these are the
I'm
days of our
shocked.
lives.
I can't believe
By the
it.
sands of time.
And again, I'm really impressed by just like how far he went
I know.
and how far he was willing to go
I know.
to keep his story sounding true.
Just goes to show he doesn't give a fuck about anyone or anything
Yeah.
because Bonita pulled her kid out of school.
Yeah.
Like, she quit her job.
He couldn't bear his image to be damaged.
No, and
in
the only time
any
he's
way.
ever frazzled or stressed is if his image is being impacted
Threatened.
in some way. Fuck me dead. What
Amazing.
a roller coaster. But in our next episode, we're going to discuss his downfall and how 4 doctors in the Karolinska Institute banded together to take him down.
Nice. I love that sort of shit.
I know. I'm so excited for that because
So
it's
satisfying.
it's a satisfying story
Yeah,
for sure.
good.
And Bonita also joins in.
Okay.
Yeah, so they all
Nice.
work together.
Okay.
Which is so cool.
yeah.
It's like a fucking movie and it needs to be one. I mean, there's documentaries on this.
Well, they could make a series.
This would make an amazing movie. And just name it The Super Surgeon. TM, trademark.
The Experimenter.
Oh, crazy. All right, I need to pee so bad.
Me too.
Thank you for listening. Tell us what you think about fucking CIA sniper and super surgeon Paolo Macchiarini. Comment on Spotify because that's where we will see it, or send us an email or DM us on Instagram. You can find all of the details in the show notes. I love you so much and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.